Okay, this is part 2 on spells influencing and persuading people. So I'm going to talk about kind of more hands-on how to do that. Okay, so with direct influence, if you're going to choose to do something directly to somebody, you're going to need to observe the target. What upsets them? What do they like? Are they neat? Are they sloppy? How do they describe things? You can tell a lot about a person by how they describe something. If they tend to say, I heard such and such versus I saw, it gives you a clue. Are they auditory type of people? Are they visually oriented? When somebody says, I feel versus I see, I tend to be the type of person that I always talk about my feelings. I'm more of a feeling type of person. Other people are more factual. They want to, speak about what is and what isn't. They don't want to hear about feelings, touchy-feely, any of that. Somebody might say, how does this look to you? Versus, how does this sound? Another clue is the way somebody's eyes are moving. You can practice this yourself. Try remembering an event. When you try to remember something, you'll automatically look to the right because it's something that actually happened. This is a good way to tell if somebody's lying or not as well. Try it. Try lying. You automatically will look to the left. When you're inventing something, you look to the left. When you're remembering something, you look to the right. And also when you're having an internal conversation with yourself, you look down to the right. There's a simple spell you can do to quote-unquote command somebody. It's called the Ladder of Command. All you need is a string, depending what your purpose for commanding the person is. If it's love, you might want to choose pink or red, and so forth. If it's your boss, you probably want to choose green if you're trying to get a raise. So you take the string. You can't be too obvious about this because you'll come off as being really annoying. But when the person is in the vicinity, you're going to want to have this. It needs to be a pretty long string because in the end you're going to have 11 knots, like a shoelace or something. So when they are close to you, you're going to call their name. You have the loop already made, but you haven't pulled it tight yet to make a knot. And when they answer, that's when you pull it tight. You're basically capturing their voice into the knot. And so you probably need to do this over the course of a few days so that it's not very obvious what you're doing, because you want to do this to get 10 knots. The 11th knot comes when you've captured their voice 10 times. Then you will tie it into a loop, a circle. That will be the 11th knot. So once you've had this, you can dress it with the appropriate oil, like a Love Me oil, a Bend Over, a Compelling, depending what your purpose is. Or if you don't want to anoint it with oil, you can wear it as a necklace. You've heard the expression, you have somebody wrapped around your finger. It's similar to that. Or when the target is asleep. When you know they're going to be sleeping or you think they are, you can use the Ladder of Command as a rosary. Light the appropriate incense for the purpose that you have. You can dangle the ladder over the incense, sort of like holding the person, dangling them over the fire. While you're doing this, you use it like a rosary bead, and over you command them to do what it is you want them to do, while counting out on the knots, on each knot, similar to how you would do pray the rosary. Another suggestion on influencing people is dropping anchors. This is something very popular in sales. somebody's trying to sell a car. They talk about that free feeling with the top down and the music blaring, but while they're talking about this, they might, go like this. And then when they want to make that person have that, wow, I just really want to be in this car feeling, they don't even have to say anything. They will repeat the gesture, and the person will have that response that they want.